All praises, all honor, all glory be unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rakah Kodash. Double honors to the apostle elders of Great Millstone that rule well. Peace and salutation to Allah Akim doing and pushing his word in sincerity and truth worldwide. And a sincere shalom to the elect. Now I want to get into this video real quick. Okay, lambing back off of there was a video that I had seen, but Salaki, 1 second, Hakim. Over there. So yeah, I labeled this 2/3. Are you truly not tired of this kingdom? All this perverse living, and 2/3 still happy with it. Okay, and let me just go through a couple of these examples here, man. Because you 2/3, you're suffering and you don't know the reason why you're suffering. You know what I'm saying? It's one thing to suffer and not know, and it's one thing to suffer and know. Okay? And we suffer and we know. We suffer because of our sins. What we did to Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. Okay? So let's get into this real quick. These brothers had actually were hitting on it too as well. Okay? You don't want that, meaning the kingdom, the righteousness to be established. You don't want us to be on rulership. Are you happy with this place? You happy with turning around and there's adultery, there's this and that, you happy with this sickness, And then another thing here, this is a grown-ass man. That person she just pushed is a grown-ass man. And let me fast forward it, because he want to talk to the daughter and go in there and you know what's up, okay? So the daughter's right, let me right there. Look at the daughter. He want to go in there with the daughter. Talking about he want to talk to her. Little girl face frightened as shit, not knowing what's going on. Okay? So you 2/3, you happy with stuff like that? Then you got niggas like this. These sellouts. These guys are only about their money and cash, right? Misusing the word of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Also, too, you could throw IUIC and the rest of them in the background, too. Right? This shit right here, okay? This shit right here, our women shouldn't be, out of order like this, okay? Worst hygiene. Come on, man. This right here, Philly man who was awarded $4 million after being wrongfully jailed for 24 years for murder is back in prison for killing a man over a $1,200 drug debt, man. Are you stupid? You just got $4 million. And you worrying about, hey, send his ass back to jail, man. Wrongfully accused. All right. Anyways, Miami boys, 12 and 15 accused of graping, okay? Gang raping a 12-year-old, okay? This shit right here, our kid, you shouldn't be worried about your kids getting gang raped, okay? Look at this. Man accused of graping a 94-year-old, man. Come on, man. Man shot and murked after arguing inside of a Philly store, man. This right here. A woman arrested for allegedly pressuring her boyfriend to off the father of her child. Now, when the kingdom is established, none of this will be going on, okay? None of all these wicked things that I just showed you right here. All this wickedness going on, man. None of these things are going to be established in our kingdom. Man opens fire during custody exchange with ex-girlfriend in the Bronx. This is foolishness, man. And you see, it's our people, man. Northern Kingdom and Southern Kingdom, right? Let's go. Are your braids poisoning you? Look, you see? So going back to the question that the brother had asked, don't you want that? Don't you want a good kingdom to be established? Where our life ain't threatened, where you don't have to worry about poison braids, all right? Where you don't have to worry about, none of these things will be happening. About arguments or anything like that, somebody get popped, grapings, stank cooch, right? Niggas like this, right? Shit like this happening, right? And none of this will be happening in the kingdom, right? Don't you want that? Or you want this, all this bullshit. You know, mental breakdown. She can't. These women can't take it, man. This generation can't take it. Baby girl needs some therapy. Damn right. Okay. And with the draft coming, whoo. So yeah, 2/3. Are you truly not tired of this kingdom, all this perverse living, and 2/3 still happy with it, man? Let's get this real quick. This is why the scriptures talk about gross darkness, man. This place is gross darkness. And if you 2/3 can't, we're telling you, but you just don't want to, admit it. You want to continue living in this grossness, this darkness. Arise, shine, for thy light is come, and the glory of Yahweh is risen upon thee. Let me stop right there. Let me go to something real quick. John chapter 3 and verse 19. And this is the condemnation, that light is coming to the world, and men love darkness rather than light, because their deeds were evil. Okay? So everyone that doeth evil hateth the light, neither cometh to the light, lest his deeds should be reproved. See that? So going back into this, when we're out there preaching on the corners, you guys are just in love with the darkness, man. You don't want to come to the light. So Isaiah 60:1, arise, shine, for thy light is come, and the glory of Yahweh is risen upon thee. And remember, Matthew chapter 4 and verse 16 talks about that light rising and shining in the dark valley, okay, America. And where did it all start? With Ava Vivens, right? For behold, the darkness shall cover the earth, and gross darkness the people. Gross darkness, extreme darkness to people, man. So that's why you see people going out there, doing the things that they're doing, raping old women, raping people's animals, all types of nasty things, trying to grape little kids, the Epstein files, all types of nasty, human burgers. Come on, man, that's all part of gross darkness. But Yahweh shall rise upon thee, and his glory shall be seen upon thee. And yeah, when people see us, when people see us, man, they always tell us, man, there's something about you guys, man. You guys shine a certain way. Well, that wisdom causes a man's face to shine. Ecclesiastes chapter 8. And that's the wisdom and knowledge of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. Okay? We're not like y'all. That's why in this dark world, it's very easy to see who we are. Okay? Because we're candles in the dark world, man. Lights in the dark world. It's very easy for the demons, you be out there walking around or at camp, and all of a sudden these demons just from blocks away, you can see them coming. And you're like, oh boy, I guarantee they're going to come up here. And what do? Come up, act a fool, and then go. Micah chapter 2 and 10. Arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest, because it is polluted. It shall destroy you even with a sore destruction. Main point, arise ye and depart. How do you depart? You withdraw your mind from this place. You take the mind setting that you used to have, withdraw from it. Okay? That's why it talks about flee the shadow of this world. Okay? It talks about let go from thy mind mortal thoughts. Okay? That's a part of arising and departing. Okay? For this is not your rest. Surely this is not our rest. Okay? This place is polluted. And I just named some of the things. People raping animals, people, human burgers, all types of nasty shit, man. Righteousness doeth not goeth forth from these people's minds, man. Okay? So yeah, let's go into a couple things, the curses here. Since you guys are so in love with this place, you love being called a proverb, a byword. Okay? That's what you love? Deuteronomy chapter 30 and verse 7. And thou shalt become an astonishment, a proverb, and a byword among all nations, whither Yahweh shall lead thee. So you like that? Okay? You like that? Okay? What's that? What is about that to love, man? Ain't nothing about that to love. Verse 43, the stranger that is within thee shall get up above thee very high, and thou shalt come down very low. He shall lend to thee, and thou shalt not lend to him. He shall be the head, and thou shalt be the tail. Do you like that? Do you like being at the bottom of everything, you know? And even these nations come here and they get up higher than us, man. Okay? But you like being on the bottom. You just like being in the dirt. Being that proverb and byword and off scoring to everybody, right? You just love that, right? It's okay. Going back here. Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 65. And among these nations thou shalt find no ease, neither shall the sole of thy foot have rest. But Yahweh shall give thee there a trembling of heart, and failing of eyes, and sorrow of mind. And thy life shall hang in doubt before thee, and thou shalt fear day and night, and have no assurance of thy life. And this is, this is exactly how it is for us in Babylon, or the north, okay, or in our the lands of our captivities, okay. No ease among these nations, okay. Thy life shall hang in doubt before thee, day and night. But yeah, you 2/3 love that. You think that's the way of living? No, it's not, man. But nevertheless, the Lord has set up for us righteousness. Lamentations chapter 2, verse 15. All that passed by clapped their hands at thee. They hissed and wagged their head at the daughter of Jerusalem, saying, Is this the city that men call the perfection of beauty, the joy of the whole earth? All thine enemies have opened their mouth against thee. They hiss and gnash their teeth. They say, We have swallowed her up. Certainly, this is the day that we looked for. We have found, we have seen it. Yahweh have done it that which he devised. He fulfilled his word that he have commanded in the days of old. He have thrown down and have not pity, and he have caused thine enemies to rejoice over thee. He have set up the horn of thine adversary. Whew. Okay. The heart, actually. So, yeah, you love living like this? Being the offscoring, having these nations have the one up on us, okay? Our enemies rejoicing over our fall. Cause thy enemies to rejoice over thee, right? You like being underneath the foot of people, So, question, are you truly tired of living this shit? Like, aren't you, come on, man. All this perverse living, you still happy with it? Look, the Lord gave us a bit of promise. Let me get this real quick here. Lord gave us instructions, right? Isaiah chapter 62 and verse 6. I have set watchmen upon thy walls, O Jerusalem, which shall never hold their peace day nor night. Ye that make mention of Yahweh, keep not silent. Give him no rest till he establish, until he make Jerusalem a praise in the earth. Because once again, when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. When we have our land set up, none can come against us. Nothing is gonna go against us, okay? Yep, let's get that real quick. Got this in the last video. Get it again. 2 Peter chapter 3 and verse 8. But beloved, be not ignorant of this one thing, that one day is with the Lord as 1,000 years, and 1,000 years is one day. The Lord is not slack concerning his promise, as some men call slackness, but is long-suffering to usward, not willing that any should perish, but all should come to repentance. But the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night, in which the heavens shall pass away with a great noise, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. The earth also and the works that are therein shall be burned up. Seeing then all these things shall be dissolved, Salakia, what manner of persons are ye to be in all holy conversation and godliness, looking and hasten unto the coming of the day of Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, wherein the heavens, being on fire, shall be dissolved, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. Nevertheless, we, according to his promise, look for a new heavens and a new earth wherein dwelleth righteousness. Okay? So, you know, this is what we're looking for. Okay? This is what we're steadily looking for. A new kingdom where righteousness dwell. Where all this perverse living, all this, byword and power, byword and proverbs, okay? All this gross darkness, earth being polluted, the curses that are upon all this. We're looking for this to all vanish away like dung, okay? And we're looking for that new kingdom, the better promise. Let's get this real quick. Jeremiah chapter 31 and 31. Behold, the days come, saith the Lord, that I will make a new covenant with the house of Israel, with the house of Judah, not according to the covenant that I made with their fathers in the day that I took them by the hand to bring them out of the land of Egypt, which my covenant they break, although I was a husband unto them, saith Yahweh. But this shall be the covenant that I will make with the house of Israel. After those days, saith the Lord, I will put my law in their inward part and write it in their hearts, and will be their God, their power, and they shall be my people. And they shall teach no more every man his neighbor, and every man his brother, saying, Know Yahweh, for they shall all know me, from the least of them unto the greatest of them, saith Yahweh. For I will forgive their iniquity, and will remember their sin no more. Okay? Right now we're in sin. We're in these fleshly bodies here that go off. And no man shall teach every man his neighbor, know ye Yahweh. 2/3 of them don't know Yahweh. Okay? They don't know Yahweh Bashim Yoshai. Right now we gotta walk around and tell people, explain the name, So that shows that we are not in the new covenant. Okay? But nevertheless, going back into this, those are going to be good days right there, where the Lord forgets our iniquities. We're not suffering no more, for the shit that we, did in the past. All of that is squashed now. The beef is squashed. The laws are going to be in our inward part. We're not going to be able to go off. We're going to be in a good sight of Yahweh Bashim Yoshai. Don't you want those days, man? Okay? They still want to roll around in slime, man. They still want to roll around in fucking slime. Jeremiah chapter 6 and 16. What am I doing? Thus saith Yahweh, stand ye in the ways and see, Salakia, and ask for the old paths. Where is the good way? Walk therein, and ye shall find rest for your souls. But they said, we will not walk therein. Okay? The old paths. This is what the Lord requires for you to be good. Okay? But the 2/3, what they say, we don't want to walk in that. I'm like, nope. As for this word that you have spoken, Jeremiah 44:16, we will not hearken. As for this name and word that you have spoken in Yahweh, we will not hearken. That's why they're stuck in their ways right now. Okay? They're stuck looking to Babylon for healing. And they're not going to get no healing from Babylon. Babylon's only here to destroy you. Okay? Ecclesiastes chapter 3 and 15. That which have been is now, and that which is to be have already been. And Yahweh required that which is past. So the Lord's requiring us. Well, the Lord required that, we be back, not sinning again, not going off again. You know what I mean? Doing what's right. Okay? Following the law, statutes, commandments of the scriptures. His word. Okay? Him being our power. And us being likened unto a delicate and comely woman to him. Right? So the Lord required that which is past, man. Look at the old ways, Righteousness was around. Judgment was around, right? But you 2/3, you can't see. Okay? That's why I label it. Are you 2/3 truly not tired of this kingdom? And like the brother said here, don't you want that? Want what? What we just read about. The kingdom being established in righteousness. Not going off. Having our power and having power. Okay? Above these other nations. Setting the standards, as they say. Okay? So, hey, with that, want to make this short lesson. 2/3, are you truly not tired of this kingdom, man? Don't you want something better? All this perverse living, you still love it? Damn shame. So with that, all praises, all honor, all glory be unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rokah, Kodash. Double honors to the apostle elders of Great Millstone that rule well. Peace and salutation to Allah Akim doing it and pushing his word in sincerity and truth worldwide, and a sincere shalom to the elect. I hope you're edified, Lord willing, to the next time. Abad Babal. Shalom Akim.